There we go. I have to unmute my mic. Hey, everybody, welcome to my Ask Me Anything session. This is going to become a regular thing every Wednesday at noon Eastern Standard Time. So you've got a couple people watching. I want to thank you for that. My goal today is to answer your questions as they come up. I've got questions that we can answer about AI. Most of you know I'm a huge proponent of AI and a fan of that. I've also got questions that I can answer for you about topical authority, claiming your expert status in your niche, things you can do as far as content creation in order to be seen as an expert. And if you'll notice down on the bottom, if you want access to any of the things I talk about today, you'll simply go to my website at jonathanmast.com/linktree. You'll be able to get links to any of that right from there. So I'll let that scroll on the bottom. I do want to let everybody know I am actually doing this from my truck. I'm actually up at the hospital. My father-in-law is in the ICU, so I'm doing this from my truck while he's up there and my family's up there. No harsh comments. Everybody's good with me doing this. So, but I may falter a little bit as I try to get things working properly on my phone. So just so everybody knows that. If you've got questions, if you would, just put them in the chat here so that I'll see them come up. I'll be watching the stream here, and I'll go with the first one first. So, Booz, thank you for asking how did I get the beard to grow so long. Well, I don't know anybody cares about it, but since you asked, I'll answer. I've been working on this beard for about 6 years now, and it actually stopped growing more or less after about a year and a half. So right now we just don't do much. I wash it, I comb it, and hopefully it grows a little bit more. But this is kind of where it's been for about the last 4+ years. So anyway, thanks for that question, Booz. One of the other questions I got, thanks, Jeremy, which AI platform are you most excited about? That's a good question. And it leads into a secondary question, which I'll try to handle as well. This morning, I got asked by one of my group participants in our AI group. By the way, if you want access to that, just go to the link tree. You can join. It's AI prompts for entrepreneurs on Facebook. But how do you get started? If you're new to AI, where do you get started, and what do you do? Well, the first thing you want to do, in my mind, is don't get too caught up in two things. One, the courses. There are a gazillion courses available online, and everybody's claiming to be an expert and trying to sell you their course. I've bought a number of them. I can only recommend one. And I don't have it here on my phone, so I can't put you a link, but I will put that up there. Literally, most of them are just rehashing things that you can learn by doing a simple search on Google, reading a couple blog articles or whatever. My recommendation, if you want to learn how to utilize ChatGPT, Claude, Bard, Midjourney, those AI tools, start by signing up for accounts. Now, some of them are going to be paid and some are free. I have a paid ChatGPT account, the Plus account. I highly recommend that. I have a Google Bard account that's a paid account because I use Google G Suite or their Office Suite for my email and all that. I have a free Claude 2 account, which is amazing, and I have a paid Midjourney account that I use. If you're new to the AI world, ChatGPT, Bard, and Claude are all text-based tools that allow you to enter in text commands and get inputs or responses back. Most recently, there's always updates, but most recently, one of the big updates is that ChatGPT added in generative AI capabilities for image creation as well. So some of us, and I don't have it yet, but they're rolling it out this week, now have the ability to use a tool called DALL-E, which sets up and allows you to create images. So that can be great, but it is rolling out originally to paid users. So I do recommend a paid program for that. I also have a paid program for Midjourney, which is, again, a image-based AI tool. You can type things in, and then based upon that, you go ahead and get images that are generated. So I'm a big fan of that. Highly recommend those two. You don't have to pay, though. If you want to just get started and wonder if AI is a tool you can use, start with the free tools. And another tool I'd recommend is go to a website called Poe, POE.com. Poe gives you access to a lot of different chat tools, all for free. They do have a paid option as well, which I have not used, but it gives you access to be able to search and to start using those different AI tools. My recommendation, if you're getting started, go ahead and start entering in a couple prompts a day, asking these tools how to help you. The one I always recommend people start with is email. We all send emails. We've all got emails that we need to send, and oftentimes they probably should be a little bit better written. So next time you've got an email that you need to think about, how do I craft this? Go ahead and write the email that you want to send. But before you press send, go over to an AI tool like ChatGPT or Claude and say, please proofread and rewrite this to make this more readable and understandable. And let it go through and fix that for you. You'd be amazed at how well it will do with that. Does a great job. So that's one of the things I absolutely recommend if you're just getting started with AI tools, do that. The other thing that I love to use AI for, and it corresponds with what I do in my agency at Whitebeard Strategies, and that's helping people claim their online topical authority. I highly recommend that you use it to help create social media posts. If you don't know, my recommendation, if you're trying to claim your expert status and you want to be seen as an authority in your field, I'm encouraging you to post at least 3 times a day to social media. One of those, in my mind, should be a video, but the others are going to be different posts that you can put up about things that you know, answering questions, sharing news, whatever the case is, things that help support you as an expert in your industry. ChatGPT, Claude, and Bard are fantastic at that. Ask it for suggestions. Ask it to help create social media posts. Read an article online that you want to share. Instead of just sharing the link, go to ChatGPT and ask it to write you an engaging Facebook post to introduce this article. You'll increase your engagement. You'll get lots more value out of that. As far as AI tools I'm most excited about, and as I look at the infrastructure, again, I want to encourage people, don't get caught up in all the marketing hype for the latest and greatest tools that are out there. There's some amazing tools. There are also a lot of them that are a waste of your money. I believe that especially if you're new to AI and you're learning, the best way to learn is to start using the AI tools that I've mentioned, ChatGPT, Bard, and Claude, and just start using those and getting experienced with them before you go off and buy other tools. Do I use some other tools? Yes, I do. I use a number of tools that integrate directly with the API of OpenAI. That's a company that makes ChatGPT, and I like a lot of those. And again, for what I do, they're very valuable. But I don't do them all the time, and I didn't jump in first. I started by learning how to use the tools. So I think that's the best way to get started with those AI tools. John's asking, how did you get the scrolling domain? So John, I'm streaming this live, but using a tool called Restream.io. It's a platform that I do pay for and that I highly recommend. And it gives me the ability to superimpose a ticker symbol on the bottom. And so in this case, I just put in my website with that link tree, trying to make it easy. I know not everybody's going to catch this entire live stream, and I want to make it easy if they've got questions to know, how do you join my AI group? How do you download some of my free resources? How do you get access to different things like that? They can go ahead and do that right there and get access to my profiles, connect with me, message me, whatever makes sense. And on that note, if you're not comfortable asking a question here on the call and you want to go ahead and ask me something, go over to my website there at the link tree, email me, connect with me on social media. I would be more than happy to answer your questions. I'm here to help add value. That's the whole purpose of this session. The Ask Me Anything is all about answering your questions as they come up. So another question that I got earlier today was, Jonathan, how do you recommend posting a video a day? And I do. I recommend that you post one video every single day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. How do you do that? How do you get enough time? People think, look, this is going to take forever. It doesn't have to take forever. Now, keep in mind that the reason I want you to post videos as a business owner, an entrepreneur, a professional, is I want to help you develop your topical authority. I want Google and your prospects to see you as the go-to authority in your niche. And I found, without a doubt, one of the best ways to do that is to post daily videos where I answer questions that I'm asked. Just this morning, I actually answered this question on a short video. When I say short, by the way, generally that's less than 60 seconds. And it's something that I'm going to post on Facebook and Instagram Reels. I'm going to post on LinkedIn. I'm going to post on TikTok. I'm going to post, I take it back, I don't always post on TikTok. I'm going to post on Threads. I'm going to post on Twitter. And I'm absolutely, most importantly, probably going to put it on YouTube as a short. But back to the question, how do I create videos every single day? Well, let me give you 2 tips. One, I don't record video every day, but I do post video every day. That means some days like today, I've already recorded multiple videos that are now saved to my phone so that tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday, whenever the day may come up, I can post without having to record new videos. Sometimes I'm just not in the right spot or the right mindset to do that. So I do batch recording. That's the first tip that I want to give you. The second tip I want to give you, and this is the way I recorded my video this morning. If you want to check it out, go again, check on any of my social profiles. You'll see I posted it probably around 8, 9 o'clock this morning. And it was, how do I create videos, edit them, and get them posted in less than 5 minutes? And I'm going to walk you through the strategy right here. Number one, use your cell phone. Just like I'm going live right here, it would have been easy today, guys, for me to say, hey, I'm going to cancel this live session. We've got a family health thing happening with my father-in-law. And again, it would have been really easy for me to go, look, I'm not going to do this. The reality is that he's not responsive right now, and being in the room, it's good for me to take a short break and step away. Thank you, by the way, for the comments on the prayers. I appreciate that. But it's good for me to take a little step away as well and get some fresh air. And there's no reason, I don't need an excuse not to do this. I can do this on my mobile phone. So tip number one, when you're recording video, don't worry about expensive camera equipment and fancy camera equipment. I love the equipment too, but you don't need it. Use your smartphone. It'll do wonders. Number two, hold your phone vertically, just like I'm doing here. So I'm doing what we call vertical video today. You should be able to see that based on the way you're watching me. The reason you want to do that, in my mind, especially for short video, is that your audience is likely to be engaging with that short video while they're on their mobile phones. And if you happen to pull up this video stream and maybe see the bars on the side with my picture in the middle, you'll know that that's not as great a way to see it. It's better if you're on a mobile phone to go vertical like I am now, and then I'm hopefully filling that entire screen for you. It's making it a more personal experience. It's easier to connect with the things that I'm saying. So that's the second thing. Go vertical when you do that recording. When you record it, simply answer a question that you've been asked by your customers or your prospects. Can't get my words out today. Find what those are, answer some of those questions, and make it simple. Try to answer them in less than 45 seconds, 60 seconds max. Why? Well, platforms like YouTube limit you to a 60-second video. Twitter is going to limit you to a 60-second video unless you're a paid subscriber. So I try to keep those videos under 60 seconds. I will tell you the best engagement I tend to get in videos that are around 15 to 20 seconds. So if you can be really to the point, that's even better. So I'm taking longer to explain this than it takes to do it. But grab that mobile phone, record your video, and then when you're done, it's going to save to your phone. Download one of the caption applications, and yes, you're going to probably have to pay for that. The two most popular that I know of are CapCut and Captions. I use the Captions app on my phone, and I actually absolutely love it. I don't get paid anything to endorse it, but I do really like that app. And then I literally just open the video that I recorded in Captions on my phone, and it uploads the video, it transcribes the video, it adds in all of my captioning to it, even puts in some cool emojis and things like that. Makes the video look great. Plus, I can use their AI tools that are built into Captions to actually get rid of any dead space. So maybe while I recorded it, it took me 1 minute and 5 seconds, but it took me 7 seconds to start, and maybe in the middle I lost track of what I was saying, and so I have a 4-second gap. The Captions tool, and CapCut may do this as well, I don't know CapCut as well, but Captions will actually then remove that to get me underneath that 1 minute limit. Then once I have that, I'm going to save that back to my phone. That's how it works. And then I'm going to go out to Facebook. I'm going to go out to Instagram. I'm going to go out to LinkedIn, Threads, Twitter, Truth Social, YouTube. I'm going to post it everywhere I can. One of the other questions that always comes up is, do you post the same video everywhere? Yes, I do. I look at this much like you're advertising. If you're going to advertise on the radio, for example, chances are you're going to run the same radio ad on multiple stations if you're covering multiple stations. Why? People tend to listen to one station or another. I think in social media, it's very similar. If I'm going to post this video, I want to post it to multiple places, but I want to post it to where that my audience is going to see it. And the reality is they're not likely to see the video on multiple platforms the way things work. If they do, that's okay. Remember, many statistics tell us that you are not even aware you've seen an ad. While my videos aren't just ads, they're hopefully informational. You won't even realize it maybe until you've seen it multiple times. In radio, they say 13 times is the key. So don't worry if people see your video on multiple platforms. It's not a big deal. Super, super easy to do. So hopefully that helps. And then you get that posted. By the way, one tidbit there, if you link your Facebook and your Instagram accounts, which they make it easy to do at Meta, you can then post on Instagram or Facebook and post to the other platform. And that makes things super simple. They also just recently added a new feature on Facebook, if you're posting there, that if you have multiple profiles, maybe a personal profile, a business profile, a professional profile, and that you can actually post once and then select those other profiles and post to all of those at the same time. That can save you a bunch of time and energy, which is great. So John also asked about how has Midjourney helped me? Well, first and foremost, I love creating graphical images. And if you followed what I do, I create a lot of what I call Pixar style, Disney style animated images. Why? I like the way they look. They make me smile. And I've gotten great feedback from the community that they make you guys smile as well. So I create a lot of images there. I create images on Midjourney for my social media posts. I create images on Midjourney for my blog posts. There's even new tools that I'm trying out right now, and I don't have anything to show you, but where you can actually create a Midjourney image. You can then, let's say it's of an individual or an animation of a Disney cartoon or something like that. Again, when I say Disney, we're not copying Disney here. We're just using that style in the same way that you as an artist or any artist might see another artwork and then have that inspire them, or that a musician might hear a song and have that inspire them. I've been inspired by the Disney stuff. I'm not creating copyrighted material. It's just in that same style. It's very, very unique to what Midjourney's creating. So just in case that's a question. But you can actually then take those animations and upload them to another service. I can record a voiceover, and this new video service that I'm checking out, I'll hopefully have more details next week for you, actually allows and takes that static image, animates the head and the mouth, and matches your audio. So imagine being able to create a Pixar or Disney inspired animation of a person. That person could represent you. You go and do a voiceover, and the tool meshes those two together and creates a talking head animation for you. Really mind blowing. What's capable of doing there, and super super cool stuff as well. So that's how I use Midjourney. I use it regularly for that. I also I do have a commercial license there, so I use it to create imagery for my clients and their social media campaigns, their blog posts, and things like that as well. So another question I had was, Jonathan, you talk a lot about topical authority. What actually is that, and what does it mean? Well, that's a great question. So when I'm talking about topical authority, what I'm talking about is creating the content and answering the questions that you need to answer online so that Google sees you as the expert in your field. And that means when people are searching for the things that you do, your services, your products, anything like that, that they're going to find you and see you as that expert. And people are more likely to work with you and engage with you if they see you as an expert. What's involved in claiming that expert status and building topical authority? Well, the first step is going out to Google and finding out what questions they want you to ask or answer, in order to be seen as an expert. If you do a Google search and you scroll down, you'll see that Google is going to show you a section called People Also Ask or Others Ask. And it gives you other questions that people are asking about the topic that you're looking for. So hypothetically, if I'm a roofer in Escanaba, and that happens to be a town real near where I'm at here in Marquette, Michigan at the moment, I can do a Google search, and it'll tell me what other things are people searching for when they're looking for that particular topic, when they're looking for a roofer in Escanaba. Then I answer each one of those questions, and I make sure that I've made that clear so that I can provide a response to that. I do a written response as a blog post. I do a video that answers that, and then I create multiple social media posts that I'm sharing out to social media. All combined, along with some press releases and a little bit of AI magic, we can then help you create topical authority by creating great relevant content. And that makes you the go-to expert in your niche. So hopefully that explains a little bit more about what topical authority is and how it works. Another question I got asked the other day was, how many times should I be posting on social media in order to develop that topical authority, to create that expertise? Well, as I mentioned earlier in the stream, my recommendation is a minimum of three times a day. I was just looking at the timer to see how long we've been talking, or I've been talking, and my recommendation is a minimum of 3 times a day. You can do more, but do at least 3 times a day. Remember, if you're doing a daily video, that means posting a daily video and at least 2 more. So those are some things that can definitely hopefully help you out in that process. Another question I have is, how often should I be doing, and hang on here a minute, I'm going to get interrupted. My son's coming down from the room here a minute. You'll see him in the background. Hey, Xander, I'm doing a live stream, but you're welcome. Go ahead.
Everyone's coming in.
Okay, no problem. So and I forgot the question due to the interruption. I apologize, folks. The joys of being at the hospital. So everybody's coming back. It looks like I need to go because it's time for me to take everybody to lunch. So I want to thank you for joining me today. Everybody, make it a fantastic day. See you on the other side. And go visit me at jonathanmast.com/linktree.